Rallies where London police have arrested several people as scuffles have been breaking out against British Prime Minister David Cameron over his involvement in the Panama Papers scandal. Scuffles erupted after protesters gathered in Parliament Square and called for Cameron's immediate resignation. They said Cameron is no longer fit to run the country as Premier. They also demanded a full investigation over the issue. The protesters warned that they will continue to protest until Cameron resigns. Recently leaked documents from a Panama-based law firm revealed that the British Prime Minister and his wife benefited from an offshore fund set up in Panama by his late father. Cameron has taken the blame for the scandal and says he should have handled the case differently.
The Panama Papers have been making headlines since last week. The leaked documents have already placed several leading figures in hot water and even forced Iceland's Prime Minister to step down. Now thousands of British protesters are asking for a similar decision by their very own Premier.
It's been a tough week for David Cameron. It took him 5 days to admit he'd benefited from an offshore investment fund, and now parliamentarians want him to give a full account of his private financial dealings. But the protesters here just want him to resign.
I think he should definitely resign, primarily because of the utter level of hypocrisy that he's committed to.
He can't be trusted, he's a joke really, and it's not fair, he doesn't represent people.
Not only has he taken advantage of avoiding taxes that everyone else has to pay, he's stood there and he's lied day after day. The man's got no integrity.
We just need to get the British public on our side and get him out. He needs to resign tonight.
As the protesters marched through the streets of London, they stopped outside the Grand Connaught Rooms where the Conservative Spring Forum was taking place. Outside the plush building, they shouted slogans demanding Cameron's resignation and referred to him as a liar and a hypocrite.
I think he's been a massive hypocrite, an incredible hypocrite. I mean, when you say it, when you look, they say that they're the party for hard-working people, yet at the same time, what they're actually doing is taking money from hard-working people.
If people like our Prime Minister and our Chancellor of the Exchequer and the Tory candidate for mayor paid their taxes and didn't decide to be non-domiciled, then we could afford everything we need.
How can we trust him anymore? And to be completely honest, I think that he should resign.
While there were thousands in attendance for the demonstration, the number of people now disillusioned with David Cameron is even greater. Opinion polls show that the Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn is more popular than Cameron. So is this the beginning of the end for the Tory leader? These protesters certainly hope so. Mohammed Walji, Press TV, London.